Hey, so it's September 2025. Roy and I have been having the greatest time ever this summer, growing and harvesting. This that you see here, it started to die off. You can see it's turning yellow on the top. So after this was done, we dug it out, cleaned off the trellis, and we planted pole beans. So that's taking off now. This here that you're seeing is bush beans, and and they're still going. They're still going till today. I'm still harvesting from them. They're doing really well. We have been so busy storing all this. We had to go buy another freezer because we needed the room. So for the vegetables that we've been picking, and it's been so much fun, so much baking. Um, Although this is zucchini bread that you're seeing, and I've planted a lot of zucchini breads, and our freezer on one side of the freezer is filled with, I probably have 2 dozen, no, not even more than 2 dozen zucchini breads in there. So we have to take a break, and so we always think, oh, let's go to the ocean. So here we are at the ocean. We're camping, Roy's fishing, and we've taken Chibi out to have some time on the beach. So let's walk through the garden and let's see how things are. This right here on the right side, this is a baby, sugar baby watermelon. They're really little here. And they're supposed to trellis up the trellis, and hopefully they survive. The trellis survives it. There's some summer squash, and if you noticed, Roy had put a Q-tips there so we can self-pollinate them. And here are some. They're called black moon, um, with squash or eggplant, and the bell peppers, oh my goodness, these bell peppers. Right now we have so much bell peppers, I've had to freeze them. So there's a bunch, many in our freezer right now. And these peppers here, they were supposed to be jalapenos, but I think they packaged them wrong. These look like banana peppers, or uh, they're really long. Right now, they're little here, but they're about 6 inches long out there. Most of them are. And they're not hot. They aren't hot at all. So it's nice. I mean, it's a nice flavor. I like the flavor. And then back here are supposed to be some Hungarian peppers, but I don't know because I don't know what they're supposed to look like. And I don't trust the packages now. And my cabbages, there's maybe 3 or 4 left in this bed. Oh, this is when we cleaned it off right before we planted the beans in it. And here I ended up putting some more bok choy and some more and lettuce. And there's an actual jalapeno there. And these were supposed to be the red jalapenos, but they're not. But they are getting really big here. Like Serrano, maybe those jalapenos are like Serranos. We do have some fat, dark green ones, and then we have some long green ones that seem to be warmer. Oh, by the way, I felt what it felt like. People talk about working with jalapenos, and oh, by the way, those were Thai peppers, and we have so many Thai peppers. But anyways, back to the jalapeno and cutting them up. Yes, I experienced it. I burned my hand. I didn't use gloves. Oh my goodness, it burned for, I would say, 2 days, 2.5 days. that I felt the heat in my skin on my hands and fingers. These here are cucumbers, and I've been doing a lot with cucumbers, been pickling a lot, and of course having them in salad or just eating them off, after I clean them. There are little spikes on there that we have to clean out. This here, that was the potatoes. This one I ended up planting a whole lot of basil in there. And this I wanted to experiment and grow some uh, what do you call them, tomatoes, and not do anything with them. No trimming, no nothing. I wanted to see how they would do since we had so much of it. So I just planted it there. Told Roy, don't touch it. Just leave it alone. Let it grow. I want to see what's going to happen with it. So we're still looking at it, but it looks like if you don't pick them or if you don't trim them, they will grow smaller. So that's the experience we're having right now. And then here's more bell peppers. There's the purple black bell peppers. Black bell peppers. Boy, that's hard to say fast. Um, and then my Walla Wallas. Oh, this is a. Oh, this I had to trim that. That is parsley. I had to trim because it just got wild. And these are, they look big there, but they are really big. I harvested them already, and I love these onions. They're good. They're Walla Wallas. And there's tomatoes, and there's more tomatoes. And these are the rest of the yellow um, onions. And they're all right. I mean, they don't they grow flat. They're like flat, whereas the Walla Wallas, they're big and round. There's more basil on the bottom. There's some tomatoes and corn. The corn, we got a lot of corn. Um, so what I did with the corn is I shuck them and freeze them. They're in the freezer now in Ziploc bags. So we'll just, use them as we need them. We got a lot of it. And zucchini, oh my goodness, zucchini. I am so sick of zucchini. We have so much. I've been trying to give some away. I try to uh, pick them when they're little so they don't get too big. Otherwise, I'd have to bake. And let me tell you, I've been baking a lot because we don't pick them fast enough. Um, so I have a lot of zucchini breads in the freezer. And I've also blanched and dried and freezed zucchini as well as squash because we got a lot of that. Um, so that was the Brussels sprouts that I'm not really. I told Roy I didn't want to plant it this next year. Um, I think we could do a lot more with that space and making other things grow than that. This here has been doing extremely well. They're supposed to be cherry tomatoes, but they're bigger than cherry tomatoes. There are some that are small enough for cherries. The other side where it was wild, those grew smaller, so they're perfect size. I like the little cherry tomatoes for salads and stuff. That one I had to cut up. And these are the pink giant pinks, and they are so wicked looking. They're so cool. Um, and they're good. They're good. They're just very meaty. Um, and so we made some pasta sauce, and them going through the mill, working it through the mill was very difficult. Clogged up the mill a lot. And so uh, whatever was left from milling the tomatoes to make the sauce, we ended up using. We didn't waste any part of that tomato. We after we milled it and we used it for pasta sauce, the discard that came out of the mill, or what I call the poop hole. We use that for we put it on a sheet and we dehydrated it, and so we're going to use, and then I grounded it so it's powder, and we'll use that in all kinds of stuff, in stir fry, in soups, in salads, in just about anything you want a tomato flavor in. These here were supposed to be Roma tomatoes according to the package, but they are not coming out like Roma tomatoes. And but they're still good. They still made our pasta sauce, and yum, that pasta sauce was spectacular. I love it. Um, so this is, I don't know what kind of tomatoes this is because they are not Romas. And then, of course, we have mint everywhere. And this is, oh, wow. Those are the carrots. Um, we harvested the first row, and the second row, Jackie and Sam harvested the back row. And then Roy and I harvested the back row of another one. So there you saw the dahlias. And then this is orange, an orange bush. We have two of them. And we are about to bring them into the house for the winter. So, and here's a lot of zucchini breads that I had done. Just so many. I made some plain ones, some with raisins, some with walnuts and raisins, some with, I think just walnuts. And there's my dahlias. I love them. They're so pretty. This orange one, I'm in love with this orange one. But they've all died. They're dying down now. And there's a little watermelon growing. And just my daily harvest. My daily harvest is a lot, especially right now. So much harvesting. Oh, aren't these cool and wicked? They're so cool. These are pink, they're giant pink Belgium, I think, tomatoes. And there's a watermelon growing. It is growing. You should see it right now. It's as big as basketball, I would say. And cucumbers. Like I said, I made pickled cucumbers, all cucumbers anyway. Uh, and another harvest. See the peppers, how big they're getting? And I didn't realize when I was picking those that they get even bigger. Right there on the right hand side, you see them? And then in these beans, oh, these are Kentucky pole beans, and they accidentally put some rattlesnake beans in there. So I have some rattlesnake beans as well. And these were the yellow ones, the yellow onions. The picture of you see how big and round those the other onions were. And this is our potato harvest, and dirty potatoes on the right, semi-clean potatoes on the left. You don't wash them, you just wipe them down and then you can store them. Corn harvest, onions, more zucchini, more squash, more cucumbers, uh, bell peppers, and oh, a lot of tomatoes. This is the leeks that I harvested and I cleaned off, peeled every stem, and then I'm about to blanch them here. And then I decided that I'm going to dry some this way and then freeze them. And then I'm going to dehydrate majority of it. And I I'm glad I did that. I dehydrated and stored some whole and then ground some up into powder. And then this is tomatoes. I'm dehydrating tomatoes to make put some in some olive oil and seasoning, and some are plain. And um, I stuck some in a jar, and a sealed jar, and some of them I froze. So we have that. And then this is where I'm milling them. And on the right in the bowl, you'll see the discard. And I use that in the dehydrator there in the square bowl. So as I'm doing it, Roy brings over some more onions. Roy brings some more of these frozen tomatoes that I had been freezing. And here we are cooking it. Oh my gosh, this is so good. This sauce was so good. It is so good. I have it stored in our room there. And so this is me canning them, or this is a picture of me canning them, and a Funky Darrow recording. This one's done. And out of all of them, not one jar broke, and I'm using ball, and not one jar broke, and only one jar did not seal properly. So it was okay because my daughter took it home and she ate that. So what I'm doing is I'm cooking it. I'm changing out the water because these were cooled off. Oh, here's where it cooled off. So I start with cold water and um, boil it that way. And this is where I'm drying the discard, the poop, or whatever you want to, however you want to call it. And I'm drying it. Then I'm grinding them in a grinder, a coffee grinder, and there it is. I stored them in a sealed jar so they don't get moist. Okay, so now I'm coming in to see how the watermelon's doing. And oh my gosh, look at that watermelon. And for some reason, I didn't take a video um, of the cantaloupe that is next to it. The other side of the watermelon is the cantaloupe, and those are probably as big as a softball, a little bigger. Um, they aren't they aren't growing very fast. Oh, you can kind of see it there. There's one little one. That's the smaller one. Um, But anyways, so there's cantaloupe too. Well, hopefully they do well. And so what are we looking at now? We're going towards the corn and the zucchini and some of the pole beans that I planted here on this side. Um, so those are the Kentucky pole, and this one is the rattlesnake, the the bonus seed that was accidentally put into the Kentucky pole. So, and then the zucchinis that just keep coming, they keep coming. And the Brussels sprouts, which is now, you can see the little guys coming out. I cut back the branches so that they can come out. Ah, those Brussels sprouts, they take all year long, don't they? Um, this is only the second time we've had them in our yard. And then, of course, the squash that keeps producing as well. And then the black moon, I think it's called, the eggplant. Those, there's like a dozen of them, maybe about a dozen planting there right now. And they just keep coming out. So I guess now is a time to be harvesting them. They've been coming out since August, but now, oh my gosh, now they're really coming out. One or two would come out in August, but now, whew. And then these are the supposedly jalapenos that aren't jalapenos. They look more like banana peppers or some kind of peppers that are not hot, but they are good. Their flavor is good. And there's the pole beans, the Kentucky pole that we said we planted there. The That is the butternut squash. And now we're coming up to the peppers. More of those supposedly red jalapenos, but they're not. This is the cucumber, and we've been harvesting a ton of cucumbers off of this. And now these are habaneros. You can see little habaneros there. And this is the Thai peppers. This has a gazillion. You can barely see them, but there's a lot on there every day. Oh, I should take a picture of the bowl that Roy's bringing in. What we're going to do is we're going to freeze some, and we're also going to dehydrate some, just so because there's so much, there's so many. Um, So that's what we're going to do. And this time I will wear gloves. I promise that. That's for sure. I don't want to suffer anymore. I wasted a lot of milk when my hands were burning. And there's the jalapenos and okay, those are jalapenos. Cha-cha-cha-cha-cha. And then next to it, I think are serranos, but and they got because they're every one of them they're growing long and thin. So I don't think they're are they is the serrano a jalapeno? I don't know, but more cucumbers. And you see the basil back there, it's growing like crazy. And that's it. That's it for now. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll continue, and I'll try to post as quickly as I can. This is a squash soup I made. Thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.